Yo, what's poppin' boys, Kyson here, and I'm going to be showing you how to make the best 3D text in Cinema, 4D and Photoshop. Okay, so first thing you want to do is open your Cinema 4D Lightroom. If you don't have one, mine is going to be linked down below. There's also plenty to be found about online. Right, so when you open my Lightroom, you'll be greeted with something like this here. In the top right corner, we have all the objects such as our camera, lights, warp, etc. The only ones we want to focus on is the bottom one text object. If you go ahead and click on the text object, you'll be met with the attributes panel. Here, we can go to object, and in the text spline box, you can change the text itself. Underneath the text spline box, you can also see an options list for your font. We can then play around with the depth. Here is completely up to you creatively. However, for this example, I'm going to set it to 50. If you wanted to change the color or texture of your text here, instead of Photoshop, you can do so by going next to your objects panel. You'll see an outline of a ball with a line underneath it. When you click on it, you should see your textures. Okay, so to change the color of our text, we are going to right click on our material here, then go to material channels and color. Then we can mess about and try different colors, playing around with the saturation and the lightness. Also, little pro tip, if you ever want to see your text rendered before exporting, you can do so by pressing the hollow action box, as you see me do here. This will show you your text as it would look as if it was exported. You can use this tool to try out different camera angles, different text alignments, all that good stuff. Once you've got your text to a point where you're happy with it, you can now go ahead and export our text. Go ahead and click our render settings box up here, then you're going to want to change your file location and name, so you can easily find it. Make sure you add 3D at the end of your file name so you don't get this next step mixed up. Once you have changed your setting, you can exit out and click your export box. Let it do its thing. Once it's done exporting, go ahead and close the picture viewer, then go back to your text object and change the depth under object to 0. Then repeat the same export steps, only this time changing the 3D at the end of your file name to 2D. Sweet. So if everything has went as planned, you should have some very clean looking text already. And 2 PNG files, a 3D file and a 2D file. You're going to want to drop them into Photoshop at the same time by pressing Ctrl, click, then clicking both images, then dragging them in. You want to make sure your 2D text layer is always above your 3D one. It's very important you always select the images this way so that any size readjustments you preform won't mess with the alignment. First thing I'm going to do is double click onto my 2D text layer and go to bevel and emboss. Here you can just copy my settings, however I recommend you mess about with them yourself and get a feel for the vibe you want. Next style choice I'm going for is an inner shadow. This will make our bevel pop more and it also help give that 3D depth into our text. Now for the 3D layer, I go to inner glow to give it a bright, almost rim light glow effect. This will range on what vibe you're going for. Whether you want to go for another bevel and emboss or an inner shadow, completely up to you. Just experiment and see what looks good. Now for this next part, you're going to want to find some cool textures. I recommend Pinterest personally. For this text, I was thinking some slime-like texture maybe, and I come across this really cool one so fast. Once you've got your texture, whether it be an anime image, slime, or even a galaxy, you're going to want to drag this above your 2D text layer and give it a clipping mask by holding Alt and clicking in between your two layers. Then we're going to change its blending mode. Here I went for a color dodge, but once again, up to you, whatever you think looks best. Here I'm just cutting out a bit of my texture and readjusting to fit my preference. Then I go ahead and do the same, putting my texture onto my 3D layer. I add some final last lighting and color touches by making a new plane layer and changing the blending mode to linear dodge add. Then I'm going to lower my brush's hardness. And then I'm going to lower the hardness up the top here. I then go and test some different colors out, seeing what they look like. Here I'm trying to brighten up the text in areas and give it a nice universal color. Finally, I went ahead and duplicated and then merged all my text layers, giving me a solid base to tweak a few final color settings in the camera raw filter. And there you have it, how to make clean, high quality text in Cinema, 4D and Photoshop. If If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more content like this. Love.